It's cold outside, so let's make some plant-based taco soup. Welcome back to the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show, where we make plant-based cooking easy. So we are going to jump right in, but first I'm going to give a special shout out to Christopher Perkins. His mom reached out to me and said that Christopher has been watching the show and he has introduced a lot of these ideas and our recipes to his family. So, hey Christopher, I hope you love this recipe and try it out soon. All right, so first thing we're gonna do, I've got one large onion diced, and this is a red onion. And for a soup like this that is already red, where the color of the onion doesn't matter, you should always go for the red, just like the cabbage that we have here. Go for those red colors because those have the most nutrients and antioxidants. All right, so we're gonna put in 8 ounces of diced mushrooms. And this mixture of the diced mushrooms, the onions, and then 2 cups of diced red cabbage, this is taking the place of what would typically be in a taco soup, which would be ground beef. So we're kind of looking for that texture. So we're just gonna cook this down. It's about medium heat. And I didn't add any oil to that because these things release so much juice. So we want to cook them until all of that juice is released and then absorbed back up into them. Then we have a half a teaspoon of chili powder. And I would just start with a half a teaspoon unless you really know your chili powder and the heat, because some chili powders are super, super hot. So if it's just mild, you can always add a little bit more chili powder later if you want. Then half teaspoon of cumin and 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. And we're just gonna cook that into these veggies. And then about halfway through, when all that juice is still sitting in there, you're gonna add 2 cloves of minced garlic. So we're gonna wait for all this to cook down a bit and then I'll show you the rest of the ingredients. While we're waiting for that, I'd like to share some background on our show. The Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show is crowd-funded, which means these free weekly recipe videos, along with our entire catalog of free printable recipes on our website, plantbasedcookingshow.com, and our Plant-Based Cooking Made Easy cookbook series, are all made possible in part by the generous patronage of our supporting membership community. Our supporting members gain access to great member perks like our monthly product giveaways, ebooks, and in-depth courses, including our 28 Days Plant-Based Made Easy course, where we offer a step-by-step guide to making the switch to a fully plant-based diet. So if you love our recipes, I invite you to join us on our mission to make plant-based cooking easy, and follow the link in the description to become a supporting member today. Okay, let's get back to the show. Okay, so our veggies are done cooking here. If you want to come take a look at what it looks like when we're ready to add the rest of the ingredients. So this is taco soup. This was the winning vote from our supporting member vote this month. So you see that on the screen there. Our supporting members get to vote on whatever recipe ideas I have for that month. And whichever one wins, then that's the next one that I work on. So this was the winner for January. So here you go, guys. All right, so next we're gonna add 1.5 cups of diced tomatoes, 6 ounces of tomato paste. So this is a really tomatoey type of soup. Super delicious. I love the soups that have the real strong tomato flavor. 1.5 cups of black beans that have already been rinsed and drained. 4 ounces of green chilies, and you can usually find these in the grocery store in the aisles with international foods or like rice and beans, that type of thing. And then we have 6 cups of water. And I'm using water. You can use vegetable broth if you want. I just don't like using vegetable broth in this particular recipe because usually vegetable broths from the grocery store, even ones that you make at home, there's certain spices that are in there that don't really go well with this type of soup. It kind of clashes. So I like the flavorings and the seasonings that we put in here really to shine through. So the last thing we have to add is I have some green salt here. Now if you're salt-free, this is a great alternative. I learned this from Chef AJ, and I'll give you a link in the details down below. to this project, and it is a plant that grows by the sea. So it soaks up all of these minerals and nutrients, but it also tastes salty, even though it's not actually salt, it's a plant. So it's a great alternative if you're trying to go salt-free or really low salt. If you're not, by all means, you can use a couple teaspoons of tamari. So we're gonna let this cook for about 20 minutes, and then I'll show you the finished product. All right, guys, our soup is done. Come on and take a look. It smells so amazing. I can't wait to dig into this. I'm gonna let this cool for a few minutes because you see how hot it is. And I'll meet you at the table for a taste. All right, let's dig in. I really wish you could smell this. It smells so good in here. And what I like to do, I like to garnish mine with a little bit of avocado and some fresh sprouts. These are my homegrown sprouts. If you're not sprouting, you should sprout. Check out Doug Evans' The Sprout Book. It's wonderful. It will definitely open your eyes to the world of sprouts. All right, let's go here. I absolutely love tacos, and these are all the flavors that are in some of my favorite types of tacos. So good, and it's a little bit spicy. And if you want it even a little bit spicier, sprinkle a little Tabasco or a little hot sauce in there, and it'll really warm you up on these cold nights.